why we are saying, if you have been given a chance to be in school, God has given you that chance because He knows you have a purpose in life.
My name is Nyandusi Ombati. I'm the principal of Wahome Ngatia School that is in Kiamba sub-county of Kiambu County. My story starts when I was in college. I got married, and by the time I was coming out of college, I had 2 kids, and that is very interesting because that's part of what maybe made me like teaching students, and because I had already had kids. So when I came to the provision, I was actually a parent with 2 kids. And from 1999, I stayed in Tarai up to 2002 when I was transferred to Nyandusi Girls in Nyeriguru. I worked there for 3 years before being promoted to be a deputy principal in a school called Otugi in Lari sub-county. The promotion came early because I was so much into drama, and also my performance in class as a Kiswahili and history teacher was very good. And so I was called for an interview. In the interview, I am sure I had passed. That's why I was given a school as a deputy principal in 2003. And so I worked as a deputy principal and also as a drama teacher in that school for almost 4 years. During my stay in Otugi Secondary, we managed to have the best club in drama in the sub-county and also in the county, because our drama went up to the regional level. We never went to the national level because the level of the students was a bit low. But still, I was the chair now for the drama club in the sub-county, and also executive member in the county, Kiambu County. And so we really did a lot of good work in the drama. During that time, we also started Sanaa ya Kiswahili, and this was during my time, Sanaa ya Kiswahili in KBC with Amina Fuzo, Michael Endera. We even managed to take students and the teachers to places like Tanzania for seminars. Actually, I remember 2003, we went to Zanzibar with some teachers from Kiambu, and we were able to cross from Dar es Salaam to Zanzibar. That was a very good experience. We discovered that in Zanzibar and Tanzania, Kiswahili is used as a national language, and even maths is taught in Kiswahili. In collaboration with KBC, we started Sanaa ya Kiswahili, and also we did Mandhari ya Week in KTN. That is in 2003. As a deputy, it was one challenging job to juggle between a drama teacher and also a deputy and a subject teacher in class. So those are the challenges that we really had. And remember, I'm a parent also, trying to balance those things. And one of the things that drove me to work so hard is when I could see students who are willing to learn, willing to work. And so we became so passionate in Kiswahili, and I remember my subject was among the top in our school, and that is the time Otugi for the first time became among the best day schools in the sub-county. By 2008, I think the effort that we had done, I attended an interview to become a principal, and so I was given a school in Lari sub-county called Fadi High School in 2008 to become a principal after successfully done an interview and passed. So that was the first challenge. I never expected that I was going to be a principal that fast, and that tender age of almost 34 years. And I took it. I was very excited, and I took it. And so as a young principal, I went and knew that I had to work. And when I arrived at school, the first thing is that I was shocked. There was actually only one timber building, and it was divided into 3 classes, Form 1, Form 2, Form 3. And so that was a shock of my time. And having been given a school, I thought it's a big school, but I found it's a small school with only 22 students. The challenge began. And I took it personally. I said, the experience I've had for those years as a drama patron, as a teacher, as also a deputy principal. So I took the challenge by the horn and started off. I found 4 teachers, one who was a principal, another one a deputy principal, and 3. All of them were employed by the parents. Remember, this school was actually an offshoot of a primary school. So I took it on and we started now the story. The first thing I did was to assure the teachers who are there that the school has to run and the status quo was to be maintained. So I assured their jobs were very secure. And so the first thing we did was to look for students, because that is the time now free secondary education was being advertised by the government, and we had to look for students to come in and also maintain the school. So the first thing we did was to go to the primary school section. We had a meeting with the standard 8. We went to almost 6 schools around Larry sub-county, and we advertised the school. We said now the school is a high school, it has everything. And we also went to see the MP of the area, that is Honorable David Kifuri. Actually, he was so good to us. He said he was going to provide uniform for all the students who were to come the following year, 2009, and also pay part of the school fees as bursary to the students who are to report. That was very good. So during KCP that year, 2008, we took sodas and cakes to all the primary school around so that to tell them now Fadi Second School was to become a high school and they are welcome. We even took some of the students to come and showcase the lab equipment that we had already acquired from the MP and the Education Office. The following year, we had over 80 students, 100 students coming to Form 1. And by the end of that year, several students had transferred from several schools and they were in Fadi. So we had a population of over 210 students. That was the starting point by January. The good thing about it, all the parents who came in were very supportive. So lunch program we started, and also several programs including drama for the first time the school was being felt. We even had something we can call an advert. We went to the Kimende market, we had a whole day advertising the school and also showcasing what exactly we have. So by June 2009, we had a full school that has almost 4 classes full and 2 from 1 streams. Now the school was already a school and we were given the public funds from the Ministry of Education to fund the school. I discovered there was also a lecturer from around who was teaching in Athens University in Greece. So I had links with him. I told him we had a problem, and he agreed to build for us some classes. That time the ministry had already done at least 4 classes, and the MP had also done 1 class. So the school was almost complete, Form 1, Form 2, Form 3. And the same year we did our KCSE, and we managed to take at least 2 students to university. That was a very good show, because the schools around actually did not take some of the day schools, and so it became a force and people realized there's a high school. And I remember the first kid that who got a B- was a boy we had actually gotten from home. The father did not want to take him to school, and so we took 1 goat, me and the boy. We sold from the father's ad and we paid school fees, actually the exam fees for him, and he did the exam. Currently the boy is a teacher in Nyandarua. I've been going to university from the same school. That was a very good plus for the school, and it became a motivation from the rest of the students. So by 2010, the school was complete, 2-stream, and very many students were in. Actually, we had a population of 350 and above. And by 2017, the school was fully 3 streams full, and we had a very big tuition block, all of it being and a contribution from the parents and also the member of parliament, plus the guy, the lecturer from Greece, who gave us over 3.8 million shillings to do the same. And the beauty about it is that by this time, the trust of the community had really come in. We embraced ICT in school, we embraced the CCTV, the clock-in machine, and by this time, the teachers from TSC were almost 18. And every year, we could take over 20 students to university. I could personally go to the homes and see where these kids are coming from. Some we could look for bursaries from our board chairman, who was Winston Gashagwe. He could come and tell me, Mwalimu, do you have any needy case? We can help you. I went to corporates like Zitech University, Safaricom, and they could assist in materials and the rest. And the school became a diary of so many students from around, especially in the primary schools. Now, one thing that became so much attractive is the idea that every year during KCPE, we could go to particular primary schools, talk to the students, and also bring them to our school to showcase exactly what we have, and also take sodas and other things for them, and we wish them well during their prayers. This could make them come to our school and be part of us. By the time I was leaving the school 2020, the school had a population of 700 students. We had 2 very nice, well-equipped laboratories. We had one library, very well equipped, 1 computer lab, very well equipped with over 30 computers, and we also had a very new bus that we had just bought and completed paying because the parents were very supportive, and a very nice administration block. And the students by that time, every year we used to take over 20 to 30. 2019 when it's coming out, we have taken 30 students to university, and that tells you it is among the best day school in Lari sub-county, being one of the newest schools. That really brought a lot of fame. One of the things I will attribute is that the members of parliament were very supportive, the heads of division in Lari were very supportive, and the parents, the students used to compete normally. The prize giving days used to be very grateful, thanks to the corporates that used to contribute. I was transferred again from Fali in 2020 during the COVID, and I was given a chance to come and serve in Munguia, where I am currently. And when I came into Munguia through what they call the localization, I realized I was not ready for the transfer, because I had taken the school, found it to be my part of my life. And so the students, the board members, and the community, we had really rhymed so well. I was part of them. It's like that was home. So it caught me by surprise, but I had to move. I remember during the handover ceremony, it was very emotional. Luckily, it happened during December holiday of 2019, and so the students were not in. But the board members who were in, everybody was shedding tears, including me. I had to run away, and the handing over was done, but it was an emotional occasion. But we thank God I have also an opportunity to come and serve in Munguia High School, where currently I am. Now, our school, as I told you, we have a population of 647 in Munguia. It's in Kiamba sub-county or Kiambu County. I forgot to tell you that in my former station, we managed to have a drama club that took students to national level. In drama, where I was a patron. In handball, we used to go to the regional level, the girls, handball, and the rest. We were very, very good in clubs and societies. We had the Red Cross, we had the Peace Club, every student belongs to a family, and every time we used to have what we call the Principal's Baraza and the Principal's Lunch. Those who perform well, they used to be rewarded by even being taken from team building and also having lunch. Now, that is the same experience I tried to transfer to my current station. When I came in, I found a demoralized somehow staff, and even the students one of the things that I noticed, the discipline was too high. Remember, Mongolia is in Kiamba, Ruaka, and so surrounded by several slums, including Yelogoro, Mushaga, and also rich areas like rich places like Runda and also Ruaka. So all sorts of kids come to this school. Being a day school is prone to the drug menace in Ruaka, and that is also something that we are dealing with. So the first thing when I came in was to repaint the whole school, including the classes, because it was so debilitated and such that you could not tell exactly when it was painted last. So I painted the whole school, the classes inside and outside, including the rooftops. So that I had to give it a facelift, and this I worked from goodwill because in actual sense I had to look for funds. And then another thing that I did was to make sure that every class has a whiteboard instead of the chalks, and also make sure the students looked neat. So I sat with the staff, and there were only 22 teachers by then, and 6 of them were employed by the board. So there was a deficit of almost 7 teachers when you look at what we call the CBE of the school. And in order to make the school run without problems, I had to include some measures. One, I introduced the clock in and out for the teachers. This was to make sure at least the teachers attend all the lessons. So initially it was a tug of war. We argued with the teachers, but eventually we agreed it was for the common good. So we introduced the clock in. You clock in the morning once you arrive, and you clock out in the evening once you go out. And to make sure at least we monitor what you're doing in class, so we also introduced the CCTV all over. This was to monitor the students on drug menace when they are coming in and they are disciplined in school, including the toilets, outside the toilet, not inside the toilet, but at least we could get what they are doing. The teachers initially felt this was too much, but after telling them that this will make sure that the discipline part of it is okay, they agreed. And so we put the CCTVs in class, outside class, the toilets, and also the dining area and the field. And that also made us to discover so many things. Students could carry some of the things they call chavis and put them in their mouth, and you could not know. And unfortunately, it came to the time when COVID was arrived, so the masks could help them just put the drug without being seen. But we discovered we could zoom into the class and see exactly what was happening. And by the end of the day, we eliminated those ones who are not doing well, though that is gradual. And those who are taking drugs, we advise them to go for checks and also for guiding and counseling. We have done that to almost 86 students, boys and girls, at the same time, and that has really improved the discipline. The community is very supportive because most of them, after we came in, had to fence the place using funds that I was given by a well-wisher. The school did not have a field, so that was one thing that caught my attention, and I felt this is something that we should just address immediately. Remember, these are students within the age of 14 to 20 years, a very productive age, very active age, and so they needed a place where that energy can be spent. So I took two tractors that worked on the field. We have almost 4 to 5 acres. We made a very good field. Actually, the tractor stayed here for almost 2 months to make a very nice field for the students, which they took it very positive. The students were very, very happy. The community was so happy. The board members were excited, and they could not believe that hilly, slopey place could make a field. And that was my second project, after the CCTV and painting. And then I realized that the labs were also not, actually there was only one lab that was not fully functional. So I had to think very fast. I changed one of the big, that was called a semi-dining hall, to a lab, and we made it a very beautiful biology lab within just 2 months. The funds we had gotten for infrastructure from the ministry, we converted that one into a lab, and it became a very good lab. Then I made the second lab. Now the lab they were using, I got some funds and we made very nice lab using the funds. So we have now 2 functional labs, very, very well equipped, and also with gas and water, and the teachers are happy. They no longer use the mitungis they used to use in the dining hall. So they are very grateful. The sciences can now be done comfortably, and we hope in future we are doing a lot. That was my that project of also making sure the sciences are comfortable. Then I looked at the students' menu because I realized if I had to maintain the students in school, I had to do a lot. So I called the parents and I asked them to do something on the menu, because our break time, people used to come and sell mandazi in the school compound. That was the first thing I had to stamp out. And so I told the parents, this one is going to stop. And I invited a company that is King's Milk to give us some bread on credit as we plan and organize ourselves. So the second day after I reported, actually, we had bread in school. Every day they eat bread. And I convinced the parents it was very prudent for them to do that, because having 4 hours or 5 hours, it's good to have something in their stomach to learn. And so we also changed. They used to eat very well. We had to bring in meat, and we also brought in rice. This was very exciting because the students now, they are maintaining, in fact, they look forward. On Thursdays, when they eat meat, they look forward to that meal, and it has been an incentive. I did not do that one only to the students, but I did to also the teachers. I had to change their meal and make it comfortable. We give them coffee in the afternoon and also in the morning as they report. So our routine here, I had also to change it. They report in the morning at 6:30. Initially they used to come at 7. 6:30 to 7 they do a contest that is set in the afternoon. From 1 to Form 4, they do a contest. That is only maybe 2 questions or 1 question. There's timetable, and between 7 to 8, there's a remedial teaching. This is a day school. We have to cover the syllabus, and that is why we introduce the normal lesson run from 8 to around 4 to 4:30. There's games and also cleaning. 4:30 to 5, we have another remedial of the day. A Saturday is a normal learning day. We learn from 8:30 to 4. There's lunch for the students, and we also have what we call a champion program that we run in the school. The champion program is about how the students can sit and do the exam on their own, what we call group exam, individual exam. This exam is marked by peer teachers and also by teachers when it's on the extreme. We have champions in every subject. These are the people who lead in the subjects. So these are the people who teach in every group exam or group discussion. They are the people who teach in that subject. We have introduced also this program to Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, and Form 4, and they do exam on a weekly basis to help them remember and also get acquainted with that, what they are supposed to do. With the help of the lesson attendants, the CCTV, the clocking machine, and the rest, we have been able to cover all the lessons, and that is why you discover right now the syllabus is almost being covered, and the teachers are really impressed. I've also managed to bring in almost 7 teachers, TSC teachers. So we no longer have to spend that wage. We used to spend 400,000, but we are spending less than 180,000 per month as a salary. Initially, when I came, it used to be 400. Now we have to do away with the minimum teachers, and currently we are paying less than 180,000. We also had to change so many infrastructures, like where the teachers sit, the curtains, and everything, and that has really contributed positively with the students and the teachers in general. Now, our focus has been switched to academics because that's where we are. We have started programs in the sub-county. Actually, I introduced the teachers' workshops in all the 15 schools. Now we have had several workshops. This is what we call the new dawn for Kiambaa. I've also introduced, with the help of the other teachers, head teachers and principals, we have now a welfare for the teachers that they meet, they discuss particular subjects and what we call now clusters. Every zone is clustered into clusters and they set a common exam where all the schools, public schools, 15 of them sit for that exam. That is my brainchild. And we intend to have a common marking center for the exam, even the mock, end term and mock, so that as we approach the KCSE, we are okay. We have also introduced what we call it syllabus coverage monitoring. We have developed some tools within the sub-county. We call the Dean of Students. They come and sit together and see where the syllabus coverage is. And that is also something that I've introduced in the sub-county, because I thought by doing that, now the teachers in my place will not feel that they are being pushed to that. And our future forward, fast moving, is like we want to, one, make this place a center of excellence and also make it a boys boarding, because that is exactly what the MP wanted before he passed on, Mr. Pinange. The current MP, who is John Wanjiko, is coming on 29th of this month actually to launch a program of awarding the best students. We have already spoken and he has agreed. By January next year, we are intending to have a new bus, which we have already partnered with K Unity to make sure that we have the bus here, a 51-seater. We have already done some arrangement and some saving on the same. And we have set targets. For every class, academically, we have set targets. And through the champion program, everybody is on toes. Everybody is on toes, and we believe that we are going to go places. We have also the agriculture part. We have a farm. We have over 20 sheep. That is a program we've also started. The sheep are supposed to supplement the school, so that when we have a fund, like those ones who cannot come and pay school fees, we can get some money from there. When you have the teachers who have done well, we can sort of for them and they eat. We have a feast, and that can make it is a motivating factor. We award every exam. Every exam we award. That like now we have already done the award for Form 1, Form 2, Form 3 midterm exam. We have sponsors from Safaricom, we have from Zitech University, we have from Ugaidi, Kenya, and also from the parents. We award in terms of money, number 1, number 2, and in every subject champion. And we also award things like t-shirts, umbrellas, and the rest to make the students compete among themselves, and also teachers. We don't leave them behind because they are part and parcel of the process. Our motto is Quests for Excellence, which we have really worked that, and we tend to believe that by the end of this year, 2021, because this will be our first year, my first year in this school to do a KCSE, I want it to be better, score to be better than what it was initially, and we want to put God first. Thank you so much for listening to my story, and that is my story.